training for 17 years of my life to get this gauntlet done. It's taunted me since the first time I attempted. My father died training to complete this gauntlet. His spirit lives on through me. My father, before he died, attempting one final time at the gauntlet, I remember his final words to me: "Son, don't end up like I did." I'll never understand what he meant by those words. When he fell that day and broke every bone in his body, including ones that he did not start with when he started the gauntlet. He died 3 seconds before impact. It was honestly, no one knew how it happened. It might have something to do with the bees. After he died, I spread his ashes on that tree. It was his favorite tree. I remember because he said he loved the auburn leaves. But I have no clue what auburn meant, so I just chose that tree. I assumed it was probably that one, since it was the closest to where I was when I was trying to spread his ashes. And honestly, I didn't really have time to take away from my training. I miss you, Dad, wherever you are. Or probably like heaven, I hope. You're a good guy, I think, right? Every part of the gauntlet tests every sort of strength a man can have: physical, emotional, spiritual, psychic, animal taming, driving, animal taming again, and alchemy. The one section that none have ever passed: turning lead into gold. The most difficult part of the gauntlet. So they took it out. It's no longer in there. Which makes sense, because alchemy isn't actually real. So now it's honestly really just mostly physical. They removed most of it, especially after my father died. He tried taming bees, the animal taming, as I mentioned, but we found out that bees do not like being tamed, especially with a whip. I think. During my father's life, I rarely saw him unless I was on the gauntlet with him, practicing. He basically completely neglected me. My mother raised me single-handedly, working 5 jobs to sustain my father's constant need of protein to build muscle to be able to survive the gauntlet. And I apologize. Thinking of my father is it's difficult for me to do, especially since actually I don't really remember what he looked like. When he died, I was actually looking away. I was talking with my mother about what dinner would be that night. That night it was steak and potatoes. My father loved steak and potatoes. It was his favorite dish. He especially loved the potatoes. My mother, she made amazing funeral potatoes. But at my father's funeral, we ran out, so all we had was those French fries with smiley faces. It was traumatizing, because worse. I actually buried them underneath the tree that I spread my father's ashes on. I thought maybe it would bring them closer to hell. I'm not sure why. I was quite distraught over how terrible those potatoes were. Those French fries. I think they were supposed to be fried. That's maybe why they weren't that great. We baked them instead. We have an oven specially designed for funeral potatoes. But all we had were those damn smiley French fry potato things. They were terrible. They were nothing like funeral potatoes. Which was terrible, because I was at a funeral when I was forced to ingest them. What were we talking about? Oh, the Gauntlet. Yeah, the Gauntlet, it's difficult. Very difficult. Goddamn potatoes. One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi, four Mississippi, five Mississippi. Mind taking care of my camera while I chuck a pine cone? Thank you. Harsh pine cones, man. My glass! Did it go far?
No.
Fuck. Why are you still filming?
This is funny.
My glasses are dirty. They're scratched too now. Why'd you make me do that?
Well, I didn't make you do that. You did that yourself.
No.
That was entirely your
I remember
idea,
you
start
came up to
finish.
me. I was sitting in my room, you came up to me, camera pointed at my head, and you said, you gotta throw a pine cone and scratch your glasses or I'll... I don't know. I'm trying to think of a threat.
Yeah, you see, that's you completely making it up. That's why you couldn't think of a threat.
Or else I'll throw you. Yeah, Ryan's a very beefy guy.
Uh-huh.
Remember the time he uprooted a tree, stump and all?
Helicopter. Sorry,
I gotta time it perfectly. This one's for you, Dad, wherever you are. You know, I never really was a fan of the Beatles.
How come?
Yoko Ono sucks.
She wasn't part of the Beatles. She just married one of them.
This is why
You're gonna look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
you're wrong.
You didn't look at me.
You're wrong.